In this slide, let's discuss the fortunate part, the desirable part, the good part of the life, the positive results of the life that we want to have. We again try to understand the scenario in which Maharishi is talking about and what are the parameters which help in bringing up the positivity, good results in a chart, which can give hope if there are some negative contributions in the chart, which we will discuss just after discussing this positive part of the life. If there are negative combinations in the chart and there are some positive combinations, then there is a possibility, there is a hope, and we should keep this thing in mind. So, this slide talks about grahas have fortunate and positive contributions when placed in the following situation in a kundli. And what we are doing is we are summarizing all the learnings that we have done of this chapter of how to see Vedic charts. This is the part primarily from the section of Brahat Parashara, but in general, other things have also been discussed in order to just bundle up and sum up all our learning of this part. So, first of all, when grahas are placed in quadrants and trines from Lagna, it is a fortunate combination. They add up to the productivity, they add up for the good agendas of the native. They add up for the good agendas in the life of the native. We know that quadrants and trines are the houses which add up productivity, which add up fortune, which add up a lot of good things in life. There is no struggle involved, no sixth house, no third house, no eighth house of problems, no 12th house of losses, no Maraka Bhava, second house. So, no Trishadaya Bhava, third house, sixth house, and 11th house are functional malefic bhavas. So, we are just taking good houses, quadrants, and trines, and if a graha is placed in those situations, the resources that this graha will utilize in order to fulfill his agenda will be from these houses. So, these houses have good offerings, positive offerings. So anybody utilizing their resources will be fruitful. If somebody is distributing arms, if somebody is distributing all kind of weapons from his house, and if we go there, we will only get some kind of weapon. And with a weapon, you can do destruction in life. For sure, you can utilize weapon for your own security, but primarily there is a war kind of situation. There is some aggression involved in a situation when weapons come into life. When somebody is distributing good things, positive things, flowers from his house, and if we go in that house and we come out from that house, we'll have flowers in our hand, and if we distribute flowers to everybody, it will be good. It will be good for the Akash Tattva. We'll add up cohesion with each other. We'll add up positivity. We'll add up smile to each other's face. That's what the idea is. The bad houses are troublesome houses. Any lord placed out there will have to utilize those bad resources which are undesirable. So this is the idea, core idea behind this fundamental thing, placement from Lagna. When something is good from Lagna, it is good for our existence. That is a different thing how Lagna Lord is taking it. We will come to that part of Paka Lagna in greater detail. Also, we will discuss Argala, we will define Argala properly, and we will utilize it properly with the shlokas. We'll take up the entire chapter from Brahat Parashara specifically on Argala, and then we will utilize. For the moment, you should know that there is one concept which is missing for the moment from our studies. This part was introduced in order to explain few verses, as we have seen in some of the slides, that placement of malefic grahas, 4 malefic grahas in 12th house brings about very negative results, and native goes to hell. That's what Maharishi Parashara has written. If 4 malefics are placed in the 12th house, the native goes to hell. And there we have analyzed the role of 4 malefic grahas in the 12th house and the Argala they are giving to various houses. And we summarize that all the things, the entire gain part, the karma part, the dharma part, all these things are getting influenced, and the sin of his life are also activated through all these grahas utilizing Argala. But we will again define it properly and we'll use them systematically. For the moment, if we stick to the other parameters discussed in the previous slide, it will give us very beautiful results, and we'll establish our legs, we'll establish our foundation in a very concrete fashion. So all excluding Argala, we will be using for some time, and that is good. You will see that these considerations of all the factors which we have done previously in the slide give beautiful results. So second point in this summary part is the strength of the planet. And the planet has got strength when a planet is placed in a friendly sign, in a Mool Trikona sign. Mool Trikona sign is the house of his dharma, his duty, so he is performing very well. Exaltation sign, we said, exaltation is the place where somebody is getting lot of happiness. He is very, very excited in that environment. So that's why that graha is very happy. When somebody is thrilled, overjoyed with something, then that person behaves in a very happy manner with other. If somebody is into deep depression, if somebody is frustrated in life, if somebody has seen lot of failures and somebody has lost all the morals, then he will spread sorrow and negativity everywhere. That's what the connotations we have accorded to exaltation and debilitation. Debilitation is also a sign of failure, and that is why it brings about repeated efforts. Whenever a debilitated planet is involved, the ego part of that planet will be down and he will be open to contribute multiple times, multiple attempts that debilitated planet can make. And that may or may not be good, and that will depend upon situation. So we'll see charts before jumping to the conclusions. But if a good house lord is into debility, it means the intelligence of that bhava is not having the strength to give results to that particular narrative. If seventh lord is in debility, then the happiness from the spouse, the relationships are coming into a problematic area with respect to contribution from the seventh lord, his state. So when a graha is in friendly sign, he is very happy. When he is in own sign, when he is in Mool Trikona sign, or he is in exaltation sign, he gives good results for that bhava. Further, that strength of the graha should be there in the Navamsha Kundli as well, because we have discussed it previously that Navamsha Kundli will have say on quality, quantity, intensity, situation, and the activation of those scenarios. How these scenarios are activated are also intrinsically governed by Navamsha Kundli, and the duration of sustenance. What kind of sustenance are there? We have utilized a basic technique of Rashi Tulya Navamsha, in which we have seen whether the grahas placed out in Rashi Kundli, are they supported by Navamsha. If they are not supported by Navamsha, then results will be hollow. The results will be short term. Results will not be concrete. Uh, Results will not be concrete, and that's what we are seeing in the Navamsha Kundli. Now, when we have graduated a little bit, when we have acquired some knowledge, so we should give quantitative we should analyze the thing quantitatively and rationally, and not just in extremes. What I mean is, for example, if somebody has Suryadev sun into debility in Rashi Kundli, and if that sun is placed in Pisces, then that sun has got good strength. Sun need not be into exaltation to give good results. Our example is, if somebody has got sun in debility in the Rashi Kundli, for example, Aquarius Lagna. Let's take Aquarius Lagna where 7th Lord Sun is into debility. 7th Lord Sun is into debility in the Rashi Kundli. First of all, if there is a Neech Bhanga of this Sun, it is very good. If Saturn is placed in the quadrants, if Mars is placed in the quadrants, or the Lord of this sign, Venus, is placed in the quadrants, it is very good. They are giving the Nicha Bhanga of this sun. If this is not taking place and that sun is placed in, for example, Pisces, that sun is not exalted exactly, then too there is some strength in that sun. So we should analyze that way, and we should not jump to conclusion that this graha is not into exaltation in Navamsha Kundli, so condition is not completely fulfilled. Try to give the qualitative results with this kind of analysis. That's what the idea is for my elaboration and including this example. One important thing that Maharshi Parashara explained us is the strength of a graha in various Varga Kundlis. There has been a system of grouping various Varga Kundlis and giving them importance in terms of Vinshopak Bala, and then analyzing the entire scenarios of those Kundlis and comparing with the life of the human being. In some of the categorizations, 6 kundlis have been involved. In some of other categorizations, 10 kundlis have been involved. In more refiner categorizations, 16 kundlis have been utilized. But 16 kundlis, D60 chart should be used for everybody. D45 and D40 chart, which is associated with the ancestral part of our parents, may not be very, very important for all people, because we are not involved in something very, very strongly involved with our family and curses of our family. If we are into royal horoscopy, or if somebody is belonging to a family where those things are important, somebody is a part of a good tradition, somebody is from a royal family, somebody is doing the same kind of profession from many ages, then perhaps those things become more important, these charts become important. That's why there is a system of Dasha Varga scheme in which we utilize 10 divisional charts, and Maharshi Parashara is giving that system importance, and he is stating in Parvatamsha or higher, 6 plus score is there in Dasha Varga scheme in 10 divisional charts. Plus, ideally, this graha who is got strength in 6 or more divisional charts out of the 10 divisional charts, if this graha is with benefic, then this strength of this graha is very, very strong. This graha will contribute in an immense capacity in the Kundli. So, strength in more than 6 divisional charts, the quality of results will improve with strength in more Vargas. So, we have particularly seen this example of Maharshi Parashara quoting Parvata Amsha or higher when he was talking about the acquisition of wealth by a native, how easily somebody acquires a wealth, and wealth keeps on piling up with this person and entire family is so happy. That's what he described the situation when second lord was placed in Parvata Amsha. It means having strength, exaltation sign, Multrikul sign, own sign in 6 out of 10 divisional charts and placed with a benefics. So this is the complete list of strength in 7 Varga Kundlis out of 10, strength in 8 Varga Kundlis out of 10, strength in 9 Varga Kundlis out of 10, and strength in all the 10 Kundlis out of the 10. So Parvata Amsha, we have seen, it means mountain. When a graha is in strength in 7 divisional charts out of these 10 divisional charts, then the name utilized is Devloka Amsha. And Devloka is a place where Devas live, gods live, and that is called heaven. Next categorization is strength in 8 divisional charts out of 10, and the name accorded to this categorization is Brahmaloka Amsha. That is the adobe of Brahmadev. Brahmadev is the creator and he creates the entire Srishti including us. So he has been named out here. The strength in 8 Vargas out of 10 has been named Brahmaloka Amsha, the adobe of Brahmadev. Next categorization, 9 out of 10 score, if somebody is having a planet is having strength, then he is supposed to be placed in Airavat Amsha. Airavat is the white elephant and the Vahan of Indra, the king of Devas, Indra Dev. He moves around on Airavat, and he got it after churning of the ocean by Devas and Asuras during the Samudra Manthan. There is a whole story of Samudra Manthan and various gifts coming out from Samudra Dev, that is from the sea. And during that time, the Indra, the king of Devas, the king of Swarga, he got his Vahana as white elephant, and he is very mighty elephant, very powerful elephant, which Indra used as his Vahana, as his vehicle. So this is called Airavatamsha. The last category of strength, that is 10 out of 10. Planet is in strength in all the 10 Varga Kundlis. Then this planet is supposed to be in Shri Dham Amsha. Shri is the name of goddess Lakshmi, Shri Shakti of Shri Vishnu, and her abode is called Shri Dham. In other form, it is the place where Lakshmi and Narayan they live. Such a strength will be accorded by the blessings of Mother Goddess and Shri Narayan themselves. And we get strength in our kundlis based upon our the ashirvads that are due for this life, the blessings that the Almighty has for us in this life. So anybody having strength 6 plus, having Parvata Amsha, Devloka Amsha, Brahmaloka Amsha, Airavat Amsha, or Sridham Amsha is beautiful. Further, if there are more qualitative influences, results will be more prosperous and more easy and more fortunate for the native. Namaste, dear friends. My name is Gaurav Dave. I have been learning and practicing Vedic astrology since last 18 years now. It all began in final year of my engineering. Those days when I was doing my B.Tech from Varanasi, IIT Varanasi. I got interested in Vedic astrology very deeply, specifically in the fourth year. After then, it has been a long journey for me, and after having learned and experienced the Jyoti of Jyotish, I have started teaching Vedic astrology since last few years, and we have designed a course to master this subject to a reasonably good level, to understand first of all the fundamentals of life, the fundamentals of our existence, and then understanding various dimensions and parameters in kundlis, in chakras, in various themes, understanding lagnas, understanding bhavas, understanding bhavakarakas, understanding Naisargik Karaka, understanding Char Karakas, understanding Sthir Karakas, what are these things, how they are associated with us, what is to be used in what circumstances, which Lagna, Uday Lagna, the Lagna rising in the Kundli, the place where Lagna Lord is placed, Paka Lagna, Arudha Lagna, Hora Lagna, Ghatika Lagna, Shri Lagna, which Lagna is important and in which context we have to see all these things, those kind of informations. So, if you would like to join us for learning Jyotish, you are most welcome. You can contact me on this information. You may please write an email to me, or you can contact me by WhatsApp if you are interested in learning. Other information you can find on the website sarvatobhadra.com, and there you can find Learn Vedic Astrology section, and there you will have all the information. Some highlights of our course on Vedic astrology is that what you have seen is a lesson, a regular lesson of our course, a short clip of the regular lessons of our course. And this course is based on primarily the teachings of Maharshi Parashara, Maharshi Jaimini, Sage Satyacharya, Venkatesh Sharma, Varahamihira, and many other. So Course is a conglomeration of teachings of various Mahārshis, all from Vedic system, all belonging to the Sanatan Dharma, and the knowledge has been extracted from those classics, and along with my practical experiences and understanding, the course has been mixed up with these two things. So source of all the knowledge will be Sanatan Dharma, the teachings of Sanatan Dharma, primarily Jyotish, but not limited just to Jyotish, other texts of Sanatan Dharma as well, Puranas as well, and any other knowledge body, maybe it Ramayana or Mahabharata. So the course has downloadable video lessons. You can download the video lessons from internet, and you can see and watch them at your own conveniences. Further, in order to give continuous guidance to all and to discuss interactively, we have our private groups. We have WhatsApp group, and there we focus primarily on discussion of various things. We have some quizzes going on sometimes, we have some charts going on sometimes, otherwise we are discussing some other principles. So if you are interested, you will have a good friendly atmosphere out there to freely discuss things about Vedas, Tantras, Mantras, Yantras, Sanatan Dharma, various philosophies, Vedic astrology in greater detail, and you can contribute for the healthy discussion or the healthy learning part. The fees, etc., are mentioned here in the slide in this part. If you are really interested, then I invite you to go to this website Sarvato Bhadra, and in the learning section, you will have all this information in greater detail. Thanks for watching. Namaste.